there are certain things that we consecrate during temple times, after temple times, is not really relevant. But other things only get consecrated during the temple period. And the examples of that are the shekalim, the half shekel that we're supposed to give every year, and the first fruits we're supposed to bring up to the temple. If the temple doesn't stand, we have no obligation to be giving our half shekel. We have no obligation to be bringing our first fruits to Jerusalem and consecrating them. But the question is asked, what if somebody does it anyway? What if somebody takes a half shekel and says, I am consecrating this to the temple? What happens then? Well, one opinion says, you know what? Well, nothing happens. This is something that has been consecrated towards a non-existent temple. Therefore, it was a misunderstanding. It was invalid. It was an impossibility they were trying to do. It just doesn't exist. It didn't have any effect whatsoever. But the other opinion says, no, you consecrate this thing, it remains consecrated. So you wind up with this coin that could be passed down in your family for thousands of years, and nobody can get rid of it. Nobody can spend it because it's been consecrated to the temple. Now, this reminds me of some stories about the time of the temple destruction, because there were a number of people who took vows or consecrated things to a temple, and then the temple was destroyed, or maybe the temple was destroyed, but people didn't hear about it immediately, and then they might have consecrated something towards it. An example of that is the whole Nazirite laws. This vow you're supposed to take for 30 days. You're going to stay away from wine. You're going to do all kinds of different things. You're not going to cut your hair. And people were supposed to make a 30-day vow, and then they were supposed to bring a korban, an offering in the temple, and their vow would end. But if you made the vow and then the temple got destroyed, you're kind of stuck in that position for life. You're never able to do the actions to end the vow. That's kind of what the question is here. If you're to have this piece, this half shekel, and I'm consecrating this, is it like that? Is it like that whole thing with the Nazirite? It's like, okay, it is consecrated, and because there's no temple, you can't give it to the proper place. Therefore, it's just, you're stuck with it. You have to keep this as a very special, holy thing. Or do we say, no, we consider it like a mistake, even if the person did it intentionally. They didn't realize that you can't consecrate something to a non-existent temple, and therefore they haven't done anything at all.